Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello, hello, hello again. Welcome all, especially my royalty. And if my royalty wants a formal invitation, you already have it to Patreon. It's like I have the free level, a $2 and $4 level, And so I have screenshots, like all of the, well, no, actually, I have some of the screenshots that you've already seen in my over 500 episodes. But then I also have so many more, like, there are going to be new uploads on the episodes pretty soon, but yeah, let's just say I have over 500 more that you haven't seen in Patreon. But then also I have the River of Racism, where people are caught calling people the N-word and also other racist, awful, bigoted, sexist things. And even the ones that are, they hate, LGBTQ plus, I got them too. Yeah, I'm not gonna forget my LGBTQ plus people, It's like, yeah, it's been a long morning. Been a long morning. But also, yeah, I'm gonna be doing some cold cases pretty soon. I hope down the line, once I get enough of my royalty to come along, and also writing workshops and things like that. And this episode, like, I'm talking a lot about my perspective when it comes to SNAP and the government welfare, working, finding employment, and everything in between, especially from a female perspective, a black person's perspective, a black woman's perspective, which is different from just the black perspective, and then also a disability perspective, and then the triple header, the black woman with a disability perspective. Because a lot of people want to put down DEI, but they don't understand the need of DEI and how a lot of companies are bigots, and a lot of people, they judge you by how you look and what they see, and they stereotype you to the point where they're just like, no, how are our clients going to see you, and then also how am I going to perceive you, and or dot dot dot. So but this episode, yes, it's going to be related to books, since I am a writer and I am working on my novel. I have about 5 or 6 children's books out, and I have 5 more that need to go out. But yeah, let's just say Amazon is a hot mess, but I'm going to talk, like, when it comes to business life. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about all of this on the nerd channel, like, once I finally start getting the candles and everything together and the greeting cards. Yes, as you know, I'm a nerd and a businesswoman, and trying to be a full-blown, full part-time job businesswoman, entrepreneur. Yes, I am. So, but this episode, it leans book talkish and booktuber and everything, but as every subject, it has politics in it. Every subject has some sort of deeper conversation to it. And because, for one, yeah, I've been working on my novel since 2019. That's when I first, like, if you guys have been listening, you already know this. And it was before my diagnosis. And then after I had to have my surgery, it went through a transformation. Then I got diagnosed, and then I had another transformation. And then even a couple years ago, and it's like I was talking to some of my students, and it's like I was scared to write it one way, but then once talking to them, and they were just like, that would be so cool. Oh my gosh, yeah, do that. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a dive, and I'm going in doing it the way that I kind of I was hoping to do, but I was too scared to do. But then I watched this video this early afternoon, and kind of shocked with the treat. Like, I'm not, well, I can't really say I'm shocked. I think I'm more, yeah, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm not shocked. I guess maybe it was just kind of a lot to hear all at once, and especially I'm already going through a lot of stress right now. Well, let's just say disability and medical care and all this. Yeah, that's political, but yeah. and for a different day. But yeah, you would not, if you don't have a disability but you already think you know what people with disabilities go through, you don't. And if you're new, I have over 500 episodes of different topics, and a lot of them mention and talk about the disability community and my experience, especially not being diagnosed and now being diagnosed. So check those out. But as a writer, as a writer, one thing I know I'm going to have to prepare for, and that's, I mean, I think one of the reasons why I created this YouTube channel, for so many reasons, but one of them was so that when people read my novel, they can hear from me, talk to me, or hear, like, at least hear my stories. And especially since my book is fiction, there's a lot of truth within the fiction. There's a lot of real life situations I'm going to put and give to these characters. And I'm going to change them a little bit because, I mean, especially some of them, because there's, yeah, traumatizing and nightmares. And yeah, I'm still like, and the sad part is I still have nightmares with some of the things that happened in my past relating to not being diagnosed. But I want people who are willing to know more about disability life and more about the African American experience. I want them to be able to listen, and also they can have conversations, like either with the YouTube episodes or go to Patreon. I have, so, like, if you knew how many pictures and screenshots and just evidence I have that prove my case. Because so far with YouTube, I think for some reason I get a lot of MAGA people who, they, some of them are like, "You're ignorant," with my River of Racism episodes, even though throughout, like, I can tell they didn't watch the episodes or listen. I don't know if it's poorly education or laziness or just they enjoy being racist and terrible people so much that that's the only thing that they're not even good at it, but that's the only thing they're capable of being and doing. But I literally have screenshots showing men calling me a slave and Jim Crow and the N word. And I'm talking about the racist experience that I have been through in my life. But then people comment and say, "You're ignorant," or "There's no more racism," and or "You're desperate for attention." Whew, okay, okay. But, and I do reply because I'm petty. It's like, since you came to my playing field, and because there was one person who I didn't even know they replied, because with the whole YouTube, like, I don't get many comments, so I don't check it every day. One, because every day I'm on a mission to post my next episode, trying to write the novels. Right now, like, ordering all of the supplies for the candles and all of the equipment, and then working on the website and the add-ons to my shipments and business cards, and trying to create a brand new business plan because my business has changed from 2018. Like, yeah, no, actually, 2016 is when I was drafting up my ideas and platform for what I wanted the business to be. And then it kind of changed in 2018. So I had like another, like, edit and changes and add-ons. And then, like, now, since the last time I worked on it, it has changed so much that I basically have to start all over. And I'm gonna look at the old one for notes, and, like, especially some of the words and some of the tactics that I want to pursue over the next 5 to 10 years. But so much has changed. But with the YouTube comments, I don't look at it every day. I don't. I don't even look at it every week. Sometimes I'm like, maybe every other week or whatever, or once I'm just like, okay, I have 20 new episodes up, or oh, I have another thumbs down or whatever. But yeah, usually the thumbs down are by somebody who they don't, well, because that's another, yeah, I'm gonna be, I guess today's just gonna be about me, my YouTube channel, and my books. Because even with my YouTube channel, I'm not like following anybody else's format. I'm doing as I want to do. As a writer, I'm a creative. So every day I'm just like, oh, like I pay attention to politics. And sometimes when I think about the politics, I'm like, how can I relate this topic to a novel? This is really interesting, but how can I twist this within the main character or even one of the side characters' reality? And so I do more research, and that, and or if I relate to it so much, I talk to you guys about it. And after I do the episode, I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. Let me tie this into dot dot dot, and that's the fun of it. And so that's one reason why with my channel, yeah, it's like I've literally, I think this was like 2 weeks ago, maybe three, but I think 2 weeks ago, I didn't go live, but while recording, I read off the messages from one of the guys off a Hinge because I knew he just wanted to sleep with me. And especially like late September and the 2 first weeks of October, I had 50 men were trying to match with me, and all the ones that I'm like, oh, let's see what they're about. Oh, you just want to sleep with me. Oh, you just want to sleep with me. Oh, you and your wife want to sleep with me. It's like, oh, you and three of your friends want to sleep with me. Oh, he wants to sleep with me. Oh, he wants to sleep with me while his wife is out of town. And so, yeah, it was just basically like one after another, after another, after another. So, yeah, it's like I've only done that once, but I do plan on doing that again. But yeah, it's like, to me, part of me was just like, that would be an interesting story. And I don't think I've ever written a story within a short span of time of like, since it was only like 2 or 3 months. I mean, I'm still getting it, but it's a lot slower now. It's like, for some reason, I was like, okay, were they just bored, or were they just in need because most of the hot girls were taken or whatever, so they were just like, okay, yeah, let's post her up. It's like she's not gonna get a match, but or no one's gonna like her, but whatever. So, but I mean, I think that would be an interesting story, putting my thoughts and everything to it, and using some of the actual messages that I get. But when looking at this situation specifically, it's like, when the okay, if you're going to talk about an author and her art and her work, if you don't like it, baby boo boo, honey, sweetheart, bless your heart, you have a right to not like it. You have a right to not like it. That's your opinion. But why would you attach the author to that? It's like, okay, you don't like it. That's your opinion. And you're telling the world that's your opinion. But allow the author to, you know, just live her life. It's like why would you want to taunt somebody with your negative thoughts? If you want to bully her, why, like, I don't know, it's just, to me that's just, it's just really childish and immature. Because, well, I mean, if you want to name call somebody. If you want to put someone down, I mean, to a certain extent. But at the same time, it's like I would only do that like if they take it to that level. This author just wrote her book, minding her own business. She didn't ask you. She didn't prompt you. She didn't tell you. And especially, like, okay, did you get the book for free? Were you one of the like book reviewers that she was like, "Oh, here's an invitation." And like, okay, like, even then, it's like, if it's negative, you can just maybe instead write them a thank you letter for the book and the opportunity to read their project. But okay, I'm gonna tell you when I'm petty, because I mean, yeah, on Facebook I've called a lot of people bigots and racist because they were being bigots and racist. It's like when I see people, like especially when the Little Mermaid, like the real life version was coming out or whatever, when people were stereotyping Haley Bailey and everything, and like saying that she like, look at my Patreon because I just uploaded some more pictures from that time. But when they have pictures of Haley Bailey picking cotton and do like even puff puff on the, yeah, it's like I don't like, sometimes I know like YouTube tries to mark down people if they say certain things, so I'll just say puff puff or whatever. You know what I mean. If you're an adult, you know what I mean. If you don't know, then you probably shouldn't be listening to this episode anyway. But it's just when it's like I take it to that level, when they take it to that level. If you want to act grown, I'll treat you like you're grown. You want to be a bully? Oh, let me at them. Okay. And so, like, when I am an author, like, well, I'm an author now, but an author for the adults, like, I'm probably going to get some petty people. Because to me, I'm just like, if you don't like the book, you're more okay. And if you want to let the world know you don't like it, be my guest, okay. But you don't have to let me know, okay? Like, you don't have to let me know. I know I know no book is perfect, and one reason why my novel isn't finished is because I'm try I used to be in the pursuit of perfection, but I have to keep reminding myself not everyone's gonna like the book. That's just true. And with the Belladonna book, this person didn't like it. But at the same time, it was like I'm gonna be listening to the videos. I'm gonna look up who else talked about the situation. But the reasons that she didn't like it to me were just kind, in my opinion. See, I have an opinion too about this. So, like, I knew she did it and I knew every step, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes the point isn't who did it, sometimes it's the why, sometimes it's the how. Because one of, like, I have a long list of novels I need to write, but one of my novels, you're going to know who did it. But you need to know the why. The important reason is the why. And at the end of the book, some people are going to side with her. Some people are going to say she's the hero. Some people are going to think she's the villain. But you're going to know who did it. And so knowing who did it, okay, good for you for guessing right and knowing that. Maybe that wasn't the whole point or the whole mission of the read. Maybe that wasn't the part of the adventure. Maybe the adventure through the words of the book was the why and what was going on in her head. Because she was like, there's too much dialogue. Maybe the conversation is the driver. Maybe the conversation was what motivated her in her thought process. Maybe that was what kind of helped the character get to that point. It's like you never know because you skip chapters. But then even when she said she skimmed it, she's like, yeah, I knew it. I blah blah. Okay, good for you. Because I know I hear this a lot, and this is why I say it might be a little political. Because when people say there's no politics in books, there's no, like, get over it. Just read a book. Just do this. Just do that. There's politics in every book. When reading the book, knowing who did it, is the who political? Is the how political? The how, the why, the where, like within the plot, what is the politics within it? And who is the character? Who was the character at the beginning and who are they at the end? Sometimes knowing who it was isn't the big deal again. Sometimes it's at the end, like, how did they change to get to that point to do it? Did that character change? Did they develop? Did the characters around them change or develop? How were their relationships before? So I don't know. It's just like when I watched this video, and I'm probably gonna have a part two because, oh, but I know as a writer, yeah, it's like my first draft of even the first novel that I'm working on, I was making sure that it's like at first I was like, I want people to know who did it, but I want them to see the actions. I want them to see the development and even the main character not knowing who it was. Because I wanted the reader to know, but I didn't want the main character to know until book three. And I was like, I want the reader to be like, oh my gosh, don't do this. And why? Oh, no, no. Oh my gosh. It's like, look, there's that in it. Look, look, look. And it's like, I want the reader to know, because that will add the suspense, that will add the emotions. Because that, like, when the reader is getting emotional over, like, the main character feeling pain because they don't know what's going on, but they know what's going on, so that then they have more compassion because they understand how the main character doesn't know. But then to the depths where they have the compassion to, and they want to finish reading it because they're just like, please find out, please know the truth, I need you to know the truth. It's like, and or what's gonna develop, what's gonna be at the end. It's like sometimes that is what the writing is for. Sometimes it's not about the who. And just like with journalism and all of the other types of writing, there's the who, what, when, where, and why. It's like she was so focused on the who. That's elementary. It's like, I mean, I'm not putting her down. This is just in my opinion, just like she had an opinion, but that's elementary. If you're only going to look at one single item by itself individually, that's elementary. It's like on top of the who, the why. And even with the who, the development of the who, the climax of the who. It's like that, those things are so important in any story. But it's like when she did her first 3-part series and attached the author's name, the author said her opinion back, and she had every right to do so. Because once you attach the author's name, you gave her an invite. You gave her an invite. And so then she went to second, like, double down. Okay, that's another invite. Because as an author, I am just as, like, I'm petty too, and I'm probably pettier. It's like, I'm not going to tell all of the pettiness that I will probably do. But, and if anyone tries to be like, you can't do that, yes, I can. I, you don't know me. I can. So, and I might even write this author and be like, well, no, well, because you have to kind of be careful because some might take it the wrong way. I mean, I don't care if they do, but now it's like I'm petty enough to now I want to write the author and give them just a little bit of my input, a couple of my ideas, because she didn't ask for this reader's opinion. She didn't ask to be dragged. And it's like, especially an opinion on her book. And like with this 3-parter, I'm like, how long were these videos? How in depth did she go? And then especially, you can't really go into depth if you skip chapters and if you're skimming. Because now that I'm hearing about the situation, it's like after this whole snap situation ends and I get back to every day talking either about politics or dating nightmares or whatever, I might read this book. And I might do what this book, you know, reviewer failed to do. And I was like, I mean, I might not like the book. You never know. I might like it, but I might not. But I'm going to read the entire book. I am going to, I won't say tear it apart. That was like, no, not literally, but figuratively. I am going to dive into the vocabulary and also the themes. And it's like, I love symbolism. I'm going to see if I find the symbolism. I can talk today. I'm going to look into the comparisons and like the climax and change and just, yeah, all of the different aspects of a novel, of a book. I will do that. And I'm not one of those fast readers. I don't try to read like 5, 10, 20 books in a month because I'm usually like, "Ooh, let me go back to this chapter." And oh, okay, let me look. It's like, yeah, this word keeps coming up for a reason. And it's like, oh, look at the symbolism of this. And ooh, this was steaming right when this character was getting angry. Does that have a connection? That's the kind of reader I am. I go back. Because even with one of the books, I kept saying that I was going to do a book review, but I'm going to do it when I start doing lives because yeah, there's some surprises and some cool things that I'm hoping to do with some of my book reviews. But I feel like yeah, after the whole snap thing, I'm probably going to order this book and read it because I want to see, like, okay, if it is bad, what is bad about it? And it's like also, is she missing the plot of the purpose of the story? But I'm going to look it up. I'm going to investigate because now I'm curious. But also, it's like sometimes I wonder why do people just want to be bullies online? And it's like if you have so many mean things to say about it, why would you want to just, you know, put the author's name in it? It's like you want to make sure that they heard every dig that you made. It's like, what about if they're going through a hard time? I mean, what about if, I mean, you never know how someone's life is going. And so, like, forcing somebody, like, oh, I'm going to make sure they listen to this. I'm going to make sure they hear the awful things I have to say about them. Some people are already going through enough right now. So, why would you want to, you know, to me, that's tacky. Actually, it's very tacky, in my opinion, of course. In my opinion. But don't forget, yeah, it's like when I see people being racist, awful, terrible, heartless bigots, oh, I will make sure they know. Oh, which yeah, if you've been looking at the screenshots, you already know about one of the guys on Facebook. He was trying to say that they should bring back that one racist sing-along DVD from Disney decades ago and everything. And so when I put him in his place and gave him the history of that era and of those times and stuff, because he was even throwing out some slave jokes or whatever. But so then I ignored him after because he just started being more and more racist. And it's like, you know what? I've got dreams. I have goals. I'm not going to let this stupid, no good, bigoted, ignorant fool take away more of my time. So then I walk away. So then he gets in my DMs and he starts writing that my mother must be a blank, my father must have R worded me, and different things like that. Yeah, so that's why the screenshots are in the episodes. The screenshots are on Patreon. I'm petty. So with this author, if she can think of some petty things, I would love to like have a chat with her and we can analyze how can we be petty or how can I help you be petty? What's the game plan? What are we doing? What are we doing? Especially if she voted for Kamala. Oh, I got you, girl. If you voted for Kamala, I got you, girl. But okay. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.